Some people say Riga is one of Europe's most underrated cities, but honestly, I wouldn't agree. I had high expectations coming here, and while parts of the city were interesting, it didn't really click for us. Thankfully, we hired a car, and what we found outside the city completely changed our view of Latvia. So today, we're skipping the touristy capital and instead showing you the real beauty of this country. Just a short 1-hour drive from Riga, we arrived in Sigulda, a place often called the Switzerland of Latvia. Nestled in the Gorja River Valley, it's known for its medieval castles, dramatic landscapes, and lush forests. And honestly, this is where Latvia really started to shine for us. Right now, we're at Paradise Hill, and the views from up here are incredible. Sigulda is a popular place to visit in autumn because the trees in this area change to a beautiful orange and gold colours, but I still think it's beautiful now in summer with the lush green colour. What are you doing, Callie?
I'm trying to get out.
Oh, you stuck. Wow. You can also see Turaida Castle in the distance, and that is where we're heading next. We're getting close to the castle, Mila, look. You see it? Isn't it amazing? Wow, it's huge, look at it. Built in the 13th century. Wow. So welcome to Turaida Castle. So it's not just the castle and towers you can see here. It's actually a huge 57-hectare area with different gardens and buildings that you can go check out, but the main castle is definitely the most popular site here. Construction of the castle began in 1214 and new towers and sections were added over the next few centuries. By the beginning of the 20th century, only some of the buildings and walls remained and have since been reconstructed, which is helpful because now you can visit the museum inside and learn about the history. So in one of these buildings, the prison, we can hear some spooky noises, so we're going to take it in turns going in just to make sure it's not scary, because we don't want to be giving the kids any nightmares. It's already hard enough to get them to sleep as it is.
I don't know to go in there.
Yeah, that's right. You guys can play in this very conveniently located sandpit.
Yeah, you can't go in. It's just a door that shows like an old prison cell.
It's not as spooky as we thought. Hope he's not lying. A little bit creepy. If they didn't add the creepy sound effects, it wouldn't be so scary. Found another little hole, but kind of creeped out by going in here on my own. Nice toilet. This is apparently the living room. I can just imagine how cold these places would have been back in the day. So grateful to live in this century and not that one. Oh my gosh, this one's a big one. I think this is where the creepy sounds are coming from though. Never mind, the creepy sounds are just this game. That makes me feel much better. I just came back into this room, I thought that was a person. Scared the out of me. I would be interested to know how many stairs this is going to be.
I'm already tired.
You coming, cool cat? That's a big drop. Pretty good views. And it wasn't that hard to climb, honestly. I was expecting more. We've been in the city a lot lately and Mila has complained about every single walk that we've done there. Even if it's 300 meters to get somewhere, she's like, I'm so bored, what can we do? And as soon as we got into the nature today, just has not once complained about the same thing. She just loves being out in nature just like us. Uh-oh, we didn't expect that. This morning on the forecast it did say rain, so I bring the umbrellas, but it's been so beautiful and blue all morning until now. It's weird because it's still sunny and blue. Such big heavy raindrops. We do have another little site to visit today, so hopefully the rain doesn't get worse. Luckily the next thing we are doing is a cave, so we should be pretty sheltered. So not far from Turaida, you'll find one of Latvia's most ancient landmarks, and that is Gutmans Cave, the largest cave in the Baltics area. It has been carved over 10,000 years by meltwater and underground springs eroding the soft sandstone. Do you guys know that this cave was carved out by this spring water?
Carved out? What does carved out mean?
Over time, the water trickled into that cave, and that's what's carving the cave. The cave's name comes from the German Gutmann, or good man, a healer who, according to legend, lived here using the cave's spring. When you walk inside, you'll find century-old carvings, 17th century initials, coats of arms, and shields. This one is from 1811, 1840, 1868. I think seeing things that are actually dated is so cool. There was someone here in the 1800s writing on these walls in the cave, and it's crazy to think that right now it's 2025, and now I'm here looking at the same cave. The kids are just here for the stream, aren't they? Have they even looked at the cave?
Oh, Mila did. Callie kind of did.
Daddy said we can keep golden rocks there. are golden. Have you ever seen a golden look?
So if I could go back to before we booked our accommodation here in Latvia, I honestly would book a few nights here in Sigulda or even the Cesis area. And that's because there's actually so much to do in these areas in the Gorja National Park. And I feel like we're kind of slightly rushing it. So it would have been nice to just kind of take things a bit slower. But I'm still grateful for the chance to do it today. And just the fact that we've got the car makes it so much better because we can explore Riga if we want to, but if we don't feel like being in the city, we can come out to the nature and explore here a little bit more, which is exactly what we're going to be doing again tomorrow. The next day we hit the road again, this time to Cesis, a town we'd heard was full of charm and history. And honestly, it might just be one of Latvia's best kept secrets. We started our day with a peaceful walk through the Cīrulīši Nature Trails. And it's got boardwalks and caves and bridges. And it would be a very relaxing way to start the day, minus the mosquitoes. Holy moly, there's a lot of mosquitoes. If you want to come here, do not forget the most powerful mosquito repellent you've ever heard of. Because as soon as we stepped on the track, they literally started swarming us. You can't see them. Oh my god, there's like 4 on her leg.
I want to do this walk.
There's so many mosquitoes that we are literally running away. Thankfully there was a little receptionist here because we were at a campground and he sold insect repellent. So we're trying again. The only places they seem to stop on us now is the parts where the spray didn't get, and that's our face. So constantly swiping mosquitoes from our faces. But it is beautiful and it's very worth it as long as you've got that spray. Wow, the water's so clear. So we did plan to do the yellow trail here, and that is the 2.7 kilometre track. But of course I put my map in my pocket and I seem to have lost it, so we don't really know where we're going. But it's still just nice to walk around. Hopefully we don't get lost because, oh, mozzie. Because of that reason, mosquitoes. You can't go over it.
Go under it.
Whoa, good one.
Really big.
So while I was doing a little bit more research on things to do here while we were in Riga and Latvia, I came across a video of a local man, and he was talking about the fact that most people that visit Latvia don't get to experience the true Latvia because a lot of the time they'll just stay in Riga or one of the main cities. And in that video he said Latvia isn't just seen, but it is felt. And if you want to feel Latvia, then you have to go into nature. You have to see the trees, feel the forest floor, watch the birds, get bothered by 100 mosquitoes. Mozzies, so many mozzies. And just take in the natural beauty that this country is surrounded by. And that's one of the reasons I really love hiring a car when we visit a new country, because it means that we get to go see places that the locals would go and experience it in a way that many travelers wouldn't. And for that, I am very grateful. The family that was in front of us were like, the camp's this way if you just keep going. We were like, awesome, we'll follow you. Turns out they were from a different campsite. So we kept walking straight for ages. Soon realised it was the wrong way. So now we are pinning it back to where our car is parked. And I swear that spray only works for a very short time because the mosquitoes are covering us again. And they're so irritating. You just want to get out of it. So we're walking pretty fast, which is such a shame because it is so beautiful in here. And you can spend hours walking through these nature trails here. But I'm so glad it's been a bit cold today so that we could put on our long clothes, because without them, I think I would be such an itchy mess tonight. Do you reckon that spray stops working? This is so cool. Next up, Cesis Castle. These majestic ruins date back over 800 years. Today it's one of Latvia's most romantic sites. Towering walls, candlelit lantern tours through a vaulted 16th century master's chamber, and sweeping views of the old town and surrounding forests from the attic. Wow, this is pretty cool.
Guys, remember the sand is the lava.
Oh no, we could get in trouble here because I think we're going to run out of rocks. Wow, slippery. Thank you very much. That's pretty cool. I've never had a lantern for a tour before.
We cannot see on the old sand.
I'll light you. This is so weird.
I feel like I'm an olden day person.
No, I feel like I'm going up to my little bed. It would be silent, but we decided to bring kids. Back to the darkness. We found the potty now.
Ew.
Gonna go to the toilet?
There's a potty!
At least it's got a nice airy breeze coming in. Oh, I just love how they always just go to nothing. As cool as these lanterns are, it's a bit of a liability when you're a parent with little children. But luckily, we bring the carrier to save the day. Wow, it is so pretty out there. The views from up here at the top, which I can't even say where it is because I'm a bit lost honestly, but the views are amazing. Such a cool experience though, being able to walk through there with these candlelight. And it's definitely a first for us. We've never done something like that before.
That was super dark.
After 7 whole days of exploring Latvia, it's time for us to move on to our next country. You could spend so much time here, and hiring a camper van to drive around the country would be such a cool way to do it, but just watch out for the mosquitoes. My opinion on Riga has slightly changed since the beginning of the week, and I think it's probably worth mentioning how I feel about it now. So the first morning that we did go out in Riga Old Town, we honestly did not like it at all. It was a Saturday morning around 8 AM and there were so many sick, sleeping, drunk and drinking people around, and it honestly just made us really uncomfortable. We then didn't go back for a few days because I just thought it would be that bad all the time. But we ventured in to explore a little bit more a few days later, and the energy was completely different. The streets were so much cleaner, no one was drinking huge amounts of alcohol at ridiculous times, and it was actually really nice. We had a much better time, and I could just start to see why people like this place so much. So if you do want to visit Latvia, maybe a good idea is to fly into Riga and spend a night or two there. That way you can see and do some of the highlights, like visiting the open air museum, taking a canal boat ride, or even dining at the medieval restaurant. And then you could hire a car or take the bus out to Sigulda or Cesis. There is so much to explore in Latvia outside of the city, and I'm so glad we came here. But that does mark the end of the video, and I hope it has helped you to learn a little bit more about Latvia and shown you some of the best places to see while you're here. If you did enjoy the video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. That helps us to reach a wider audience. And if you have any questions about our stay here, hit the comments below and I'll reply to you there. Otherwise, if you want to see what we get up to in our next country of Lithuania, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you'll see us again next week. Thank you so much for watching, guys.